Welcome back to my channel Psychology Point. And today in this class, let's continue and finish the chapter Psychological Disorders. In this particular video, I'm going to cover the following disorders: schizophrenia, neurodevelopmental disorders, disruptive impulse control and conduct disorders, feeding and eating disorders, substance-related and addictive disorders. So let's start. Okay, so first let's start with schizophrenia. If you see the definition in your book, it tells you that it is a psychotic disorder and it is the most complex disorder which you are going to study. It is debilitating. That term is used in your NCERT. That means it is weakening your daily functioning. It is not allowing you to pay attention on your daily activities. Even self-care, the person is not able to indulge in if he is suffering from schizophrenia. As it affects your thinking, perception, emotions, and behavior, these terms, as a student of psychology, by now you are aware of, and it basically it starts towards the late of adolescence or early adulthood. Why? Because lot of changes the person is experiencing and he or she becomes susceptible to schizophrenia. Again, there are a lot of factors responsible for it, which we had discussed in the starting when we were discussing about what are the factors which lead to abnormalities, and that includes the combination of many biological, genetic, and your psychosocial factors. Could be the impact of schizophrenia on the person. It leads to social withdrawal, poor functioning, disrupted thought processes, and emotional instability. The person has no control over his emotions. Let's proceed further. As a student of class 12, you need to learn the symptoms very nicely, as this question is there in your papers. You have to discuss the symptoms of schizophrenia. So symptoms, they are basically of three types: positive symptoms, negative symptoms, and psychomotor symptoms. First, let us understand what are positive symptoms, what it is that is positive also in schizophrenia. So it means those symptoms which are present excessively in the person. Okay, that can be seen, that is excessively he is thinking something which is not there in reality, but he is saying. And negative symptoms refers to loss or reduction in the normal abilities, that he withdraws himself or he is not having proper speech. So we'll talk about those. Then psychomotor symptoms, that is disturbances in the movement or motor activity. That means you would be finding a schizophrenic patient, if he has kept his hand like this, you will be finding that his hand is like that for hours also. So that is what is disturbances in movement or motor activity. We'll talk about these symptoms now in details with their examples. The first thing that you will notice in schizophrenic patient is delusion. That is the positive symptom, which is in excess in the individual. He is having the false belief. What is delusion? It is the false belief. Okay, so there are 5 types of delusions which a schizophrenic person experiences. First is delusion of persecution. That is, that he is being plotted on. He is being, spied on. That is, he is being targeted. may not be in reality. See, again, I will tell you that sometime if we had some word with someone and then we feel that these people are making plot against us, that is a little normal reaction which goes away, for which we have the reason. And whereas again this symptom, if you are experiencing for a prolonged period of time, then it requires your attention. Otherwise what happens is we at times experience these type of symptoms and then my children say, ma'am, we were also experiencing, so is it? So please, it is not always. I think you would be, if you hear my previous videos on this chapter, you would be finding many times I have repeated this so that you all do not feel that you have this disorder. Next is delusion of reference, giving personal meaning to unrelated events or actions. That is delusion of reference. You find that yourself responsible for the things. Then delusion of grandeur. That means you consider yourself that you have those powers, just like supreme authority or even God. You have that power, that special power. You are an extraordinary person. They believe themselves to be an extraordinary person. Delusion of control, feeling that one's thoughts, feeling, actions are being controlled by someone else. You feel that your teacher is controlling your thoughts and emotions, or your any other person whom you feel that you are being spied on is controlling your thoughts and action. Otherwise it is not. It is not the case otherwise. Okay, so these are the 5 types of delusion which the patient with schizophrenia experiences, and you as the part of class 12 have to understand these symptoms because they are asked in case study questions also, and even the application based question. If the person is experiencing this type of symptom, then what it is, even particularly what type of delusion it is. Is it delusion of persecution? It is delusion of reference, or is it delusion of control? So you have to be very clear with. I tried my level best to explain you, but yes, if you have any doubt, please write in the comment section. Okay, so now let's continue with the hallucination. What is hallucination? Hallucination is experiencing these stimulus or perceiving these stimulus in the absence of these stimulus. Sometimes, the people who have lost their loved ones, or when you sometime when you are totally attached with someone, sometime it happens that you experience that that person is standing behind even when he is not. In different cases, sometime we experience this again, but in this schizophrenic patient, he experiences it more than we all experience those symptoms. So that means you are experiencing the stimulus in absence of it, and there are different types of hallucinations depending on your different sense organs. First is your auditory hallucinations, in which you hear the voices or the sounds, which is the most common symptom which the schizophrenic patient experience, and he feels that someone is talking to him even though it is not. They are experiencing it. These symptoms are not real again, but means not real in, they are not visible, sorry, but they are not visible, but they are real. That when you experience some burning or tingling sensation in different parts of your body, that is tactile hallucination. without anything, it is in the absence of an stimulus. Then somatic hallucination, feeling things that are happening inside your body, like some snake is crawling in the stomach or something. Those type of hallucinations are termed as somatic hallucination. Then visual hallucination, say, seeing someone, which I have talked about, or seeing any color also, that could also come under visual hallucination. Then gustatory hallucination, it is related to taste, and olfactory is related to smell. Going further with the positive symptoms, you have disorganized speech and thinking. In this, you would be finding that like right now we are sticking to the topic, we are discussing about schizophrenia, but the patient who is suffering from schizophrenia shifts from one topic to the other. His thoughts are not logical, they are jumping from one topic to the other. Then you would be also finding one term in your book that is called neologism. That is, they invent their own meaning, or words or the phrases, which in turn has no meaning in turn. Okay. Then you would also be seeing in them that they hold on to some thoughts at the time. They will keep on repeating that thought. That is also called perseverance. Okay. Then now let me talk about inappropriate emotional expressions. That is, they, like, right, if you go to if you visit a funeral, you are expressing the emotion of grief, you are seeing that, but they might start laughing in this type of situations also. So this is inappropriate expression, emotional expression with respect to the situation particularly. Okay, so positive symptoms include delusion, hallucination, disorganized speech and thinking, and inappropriate emotional expressions. Let me talk about negative symptoms. As I have already explained you, negative means that these are, less in numbers, or in less, these are the reduction or losses in the normal functioning. So what do you find? That is alogia, that is poverty of speech. They are not able to express themselves through speech. You would be finding that they use less words, and their reduced speech, they experience reduced speech and speech content. Next is blunted affect, that is, they do not show emotions, or they show, then that is diminished expression of emotion. May it be anger, joy, or sadness. And sometimes no emotions at all, that is called the flat affect. Then evolution or apathy, that is lack of motivation to start or complete the task. Of course, not, because there is no logic in their thoughts, emotions, and social withdrawal, that is isolating themselves from others and keeping themselves preoccupied with their own fantasies. कुछ अलग ही उनका दिमाग चलने लगता है. Let me talk about the psychomotor symptoms which the schizophrenic person experience. That is the reduced spontaneous movement. They will not, like a normal person gets up, start his work, they will be lying, then they're lying for the whole day. Okay, they are moving less, and that too, they're not showing any activeness in them. And their movements are Also very awkward, unusual, as I told you. If they are keeping their hands like this, then it is like that for many hours. So in this you have uh, some forms of psychomotor symptoms. First is catatonia. Catatonia is stupor. That is, they will remain silent and motionless for long period of time. They are silent and motionless. Then catatonic rigidity, holding a rigid right upright posture for a long hours. Then catatonic posturing refers to maintaining awkward position, awkward posture for a long time. I hope these symptoms are a little complex to understand, but with the examples I gave you, it would be clear to you. Otherwise, please discuss with me in the comment section. I will surely help out. And then you have your books also, and these slides can be taken as the notes. You can take the screenshot of these slides, or you can ask me. You can write your Gmail if you need the complete chapter, the PPT of the complete chapter. If you require, you can just write your Gmail in the comment section and I will surely post it to you. Okay, so next in your syllabus is neurodevelopmental disorders. See, these type of disorders they are related to some or the other neurological issues in your brain, and they get detected during the early developmental stages, like before or during early schooling. In the preschool areas, you will be able to detect this as a special educator or as a specialized psychologist. You would be able to recognize these issues, and again, like some knowledge which is being given to you as a student of class 12, that will also help you to, yes, identify the red flags and refer the children to the special psych educators or the special person in those directions, sometimes neurologist also. So now these things, when you are experiencing, when a child is experiencing at this early stage of the school life, then naturally his personal, social, academic and occupational functioning gets affected. It involves delays, deficit or excess in behavior. That means that maybe the child has started walking late or talking late, or any type of activity he has started late. Then there is some problem which is also affecting his IQ in the later stages. If this is not addressed, if it is addressed, if it is early identified and early intervention, timely intervention is given, then the child gets benefit from it. And for this only these days it is being talked about so much. So the neurodevelopmental disorders which are in your syllabus, first is ADHD. You have studied about ADHD in class 11th also, wherein you had that box in which you had the mention of the drug also. If you are remembering, please write in the comment section. Just pause the video and write the name of the drug which can be given for ADHD. Yes, it is Ritalin, which was discussed in your class 11 syllabus. Then other disorders are Autism Spectrum Disorder, and you also have specific learning disorders. So first let's start with the symptoms. As student, you just have to learn the symptoms of these disorders for your examination purpose. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. This could assume three types also. In one, maybe only inattention the person is experiencing. So we discuss those features now. Inattention, that is difficulty in sustaining the focus and following the instructions. Again, children, the age has to be apt in order to, categorize or, send the child to the special educator, to be tested as ADHD. At least the child should be 8 years plus. Because pre-primary, primary, the children, they cannot sit for a long time, they cannot focus for a long time. And again, due to the effect of the social media, this problem has aggravated, so it should be taken into account. The age at proper screening is possible. That screening is possible only when the child is 8 years. Now, he might be experiencing inattention, that is, he might not be able to focus his attention. He might be easily distracted, disorganized. He might forget the things. And please take into account all these symptoms, though not visible, but they are real. These children are not trying to, trying to disturb us, but they themselves are having a hard time. So now they must be experiencing trouble following the instructions, doesn't finish the assignment, quickly loses interest in the boring task. And then impulsive symptoms, if I talk about, they act without thinking, immediate reactions. They do not have that patience to wait for wait for their turn or wait for something. That delay gratification you find they struggle with. And then hyperactivity symptom, if I talk about, difficulty in initiating social behavior, they will not come and mix with the other children. They are unresponsive to their feelings, poor ability to deviate speech pattern, and narrow interest or repetitive behavior, that is lining up the object, so they are lining up the object for a long time, or hand flapping also is seen. And sometimes they also indulge in self-harm. So this is all about ADHD, and yes, the drugs are also given for the treatment, and they work also. In extreme cases, it has to be prescribed by a psychiatrist only. Okay, next is Autism Spectrum Disorder. The main feature of this is that the child is not able to interact. He is not able to establish any eye contact, especially with these strangers, and social interaction and communication skills are missing. And hand flapping and also self-harm behavior can be seen in autism also. And around 70% of the children with autism have intellectual disability. It is not necessary that the child has specific learning disorders. This also you have done with me in class 11th also. In this you have those dyslexia, dysgraphia, and dyscalculia. Even dyspraxia is coming up. Now you see what is the problem with them, that these children have difficulty in perceiving the information, and the cause is neurological. So we should be empathetic. With the knowledge, at least we'll become empathetic. But these children, they experience some retinal issue. The images which are formed, they find that the letters are inverted. That's why they experience B to P, P to, M to W, W, M. So they have difficulty in processing this information, and it is manifested during the early school years. That is why we are now the psychologists are working that the early detection, early intervention can take place. And below average performance could be one of the sign which should be taken into account. If they are not able to read properly, write properly, or do mathematics, arithmetic properly, then they should be brought to the notice of the school counselors or the special educators so that they can deal with it. Next type of disorders that are feeding and eating disorders in your syllabus. Again, they were also covered in your class 11th also. You might have studied about Bulimia and Anorexia Nervosa. So it would be easy for you to understand. Here the child or adolescent, he experiences distorted body images. The person believes that they are overweight even when they are underweight, and that is why they have that beauty perception in their mind that they should be thin, skinny sort of thing. And they have experienced extreme fear of gaining weight, so they will not eat, okay, and they will exercise so that they lose their weight. And you know about the bulimia also, in which if they eat, then they will try to do something to get rid of it, like they will they'll start vomiting it out. Okay, so this is anorexia nervosa and bulimia. Then there is third type of eating disorder, which is called binge eating disorder. In this, you have frequent episode of out of control eating, that is 10 packets of chips are with you. So you eat all those 10 packets and fastly you eat them. And this you do not indulge in purging. So there is lot of weight gain in this disorder. Right, you could see some of the key features mentioned. Anorexia nervosa, as I explained to you, distorted body image, refusal to eat, excessive weight loss, and fear of gaining weight. And in bulimia nervosa, binge eating followed by purging like vomiting or laxative, feeling of shame. And binge eating, that is your repeated overeating episode, eating without hunger, no purging, and possible weight gain. I hope this clears your features of these disorders or symptoms of these disorders as per your NCERT. Okay, so now let's talk about conduct disorder. In this, the main feature is that age inappropriate actions the adolescent indulge in. According to their age, it is expected that they will be following the rules of the school, they will be following the rules and meet the expectations of their families. But then when they go beyond this, then they might be suffering from these disorders. They do some extreme behavior when they show. For example, they might, in their colleges or in the schools, they might destroy the property, they might go to the washrooms and destroy them also, it has been seen. So in that case, we have to refer them to the specialist, like special psychologist for these problems. Let's continue further. Understand the common behavioral patterns which these children show. Their actions are very aggressive. They might even cause harm to the animals. Of course, with their peers, so they are very aggressive. They might even, threaten them in every case. वो जैसे कहते हैं ना बच्चे कि स्कूल के बाहर देख लूंगा. So those children at times are suffering from these disorders if they are experiencing other symptoms also. Then major, they also speak lie, and they are not fit, they are not loyal to any of their friends. They indulge in running from the school, skipping the school. They might tell their parents that they are going to school and they are not reaching a school. Okay, so these type of behavioral symptoms they experience. To start substance related and addictive disorders in your course. Now, these disorders involve harmful behavior which is caused by these addiction to alcohol or to tobacco or cocaine or heroin. All these addictive substances, because once you take, they are addictive because once you take, you cannot, you have to, means that urge is there that you have to take it again and again, and it is very difficult to cope up with any type of addiction. So they not only disturbs the person who is indulging in it, but the society at large and the family, which is whose individual is suffering from this disorder, is facing the amount of stress which we or you cannot even imagine, and it is causing excessive damage to the personal health of the person, his relationships and occupational functioning. And with the tolerance, the more and more use of the poisonous substance, so that means, it is said, firstly you take this much, then you develop, you want more to experience the same kind of effect which these drugs create. And when you stop, you experience various withdrawal symptoms. Now, alcohol, the question might come in your exams for alcohol abuse, what type of features the person experience. So there you can mention drinking large amount regularly, often to cope with these stress and difficulties. Easy way out, the people or the adolescent or even adults also, they just want the easy way out. And now with this effect of social media, I think this easy way to get the money and fastest way to get the money and all this things will create more problem, more psychological issues in future. Now they just want that, that is the best. They feel that taking alcohol is going to lower their stress, but they don't know how much harm it is going to cause. That is why awareness is also very necessary. And then gradually their social behavior, thinking and their performance all lowers. Then with the development of tolerance, there is increase in the consumption, as I was explaining you, and the withdrawal symptoms when stopping the alcohol use. So these slides you can use it somewhere in your notes, even the next slide also, which is giving you the summary of the effects of alcohol, heroin and cocaine. So that is the on the family also and on the body also. This you can take note of it. And with this, I finish this chapter. If you have any doubt, do write in the comment section. I'll be explaining those psychological disorders once again. Also, you can tell me, I can prepare the short videos once again for those things. And from now, I had completed in an organized way second, third and fourth chapter on my channel. First chapter has not very proper, but you would be finding some videos on it also. So as a student of psychology, if you feel that these videos will be helping you, then do like, share and subscribe my channel.